Good evening and welcome to tonight's council meeting. I'd like to call the meeting to order. First thing I'm going to ask for is agenda changes.
Mr. Mayor, staff have no changes to present this evening.
Okay. Next, I'll open up for public forum. Is anybody here wishing to address the council? Seeing no movement from the gallery, we'll close the public forum and I'll ask for the approval of the consent agenda.
Mr. Mayor, after reviewing the consent agenda as submitted, if there are no questions or discussions, I would make a motion to approve it as submitted.
Second. Have a motion and a second for the approval of the consent agenda. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. The consent agenda passes. We have no unfinished business tonight, so we'll move right into new business. The first item under new business is employee service recognitions. This is probably one of the fun parts of my job. And this evening we have some awards to be passed out, and my favorite city clerk, Julie, will help with that. So let's start with our camera operator, Mr. Pat Adams. He's our maintenance superintendent. He gets a 25-year award this evening. Pat started his career with the city April 25th of 1994, and he's a very valuable contributor to Public Works. Thank you for your service, Pat.
Thank you.
Would you like to say anything?
Not so much. It's actually been 28 years, but this is a little behind
Okay.
but because of everything that's been happening the last couple of years, but so it's actually been 28, so.
Okay, well, we'll get caught up eventually.
Yep, you were correct. But thank you.
Next up, another gentleman I spend a little bit of time conversing with, Mr. Anderson Lowe, our EMS director. Andy is going to receive his 15-year service award this evening, and he started with the city July 24th, 2007. Andy, I definitely appreciate your service and what you bring to the table for the city as well.
I appreciate it, and I couldn't do it without the backing of the council and mayor over those years, and the city administrative staff and the clerk's office for all the help they do. It's been a big joint effort on everybody's part, and thank you guys as well.
Thank you, Andy. Next up, we've got Bobby Pylan. Bobby's a paramedic here with the Halstead EMS department. He's receiving his 5-year award tonight, and his date of hire was February 20th, 2017. And now's your chance if you'd like to say anything, Bobby.
No, thank you.
Follow instructions well.
Next up, another gentleman I enjoy conversing with occasionally, our golf course superintendent, Mr. Sam Eberly. He is celebrating his 5th year with the city of Halstead, and his date of hire was March 9th, 2016. Thanks for what you do, Sam, and
Thank you, and thanks for all the support over the last 6 years.
keep those bass growing in those water hazards out there for me. Next up, another employee from the golf course, Mr. Ben Headings. And Ben is celebrating his 5th year with the city, and his date of hire was February 24th, 2017. Thanks for giving Sam all that help out there, Ben. Now back to the business part of my job up here.
Thank you, everybody. Yes, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Next on our agenda, under new business, is Kansas Learning Center for Health. I think Ethan will bring us up to par, or you want to do an introduction?
Yeah, I'll just introduce, it's Carrie Herman. She's the executive director. Kind of the information that was in your packet. The city added this as a budget item a few years ago to support the Learning Center of Health and the public outreach they do in the community and the important role they serve in bringing awareness of Halstead as a community and the great number of people that come here for the Learning Center. So.
Yes, thank you for letting me be here today and for all the support that you've provided the last couple years. As Ethan said, the city's been very grateful, helpful to us, helped us with our pavilion and with our fence and our shed and things. While we still have some plans going on for the garden area with some playground equipment, we're going to be expanding the garden this year. But we have some pretty big projects that we're working on the planning stages for. So next year I'll probably be coming and seeing if we can get support for that. This year I'm coming to you with some not as fun things, and that's building repairs and maintenance. Those are things we still have to do with the aging building. I still think of it as a new building. It's 30 years old though. So we've encountered a lot of unexpected and anticipated expenses this year. And if we do everything that we need to get done, it's going to be over $17,000. Some of it we've already incurred, some of it we need to do, like roofing repairs. The elevator had to have fixed. We are the public storm shelter, have to have that. Along with the boys' restroom, we have some faucets and things that are not working. And so we really would like to just ask that if you could support us this year. Normally, we do have a budget line item for maintenance. Averages about $2,300 a year. So this year, it's pretty significant increase that we're seeing. And we really do need to get the roof repaired. It's mainly sealing it, but the water last week, we have 2 spots now that we have leaks at. So we know it's some vital things we need to have done. It's not a fun thing to spend money on, but we have to do it so we can continue serving students. We've actually seen over 15,000 students just this fiscal year. So we're really excited to be back to more normalized numbers of students that receive health education. And we see them here, the majority here, but we also see a lot on the road. And this year we've also had a lot virtual due to COVID. So, but next year everybody will be back in person, we hope. So, so that's what I presented. I am open to questions with the materials that I had sent you. Invite any questions you might have about those.
Well, can I ask a question about your maintenance on the building?
Yes.
Do you have somebody on staff who can do some of these repairs, like the faucets and things?
We do not have anybody that does maintenance on staff. We have to find people to hire it out. With the plumbing for the boys' bathroom, what we need, the line items here are just for the items. I have found a licensed plumber that is willing to install all of that as a gift in kind. So
see.
there's no cost for labor for the bathroom. But no, we only have 8 staff members. And the majority
I
are
realize
teachers.
some of these other projects are way beyond somebody on staff doing them, like your roof. But just some of those minor, small things, I was curious, that's all.
We'd like to find somebody that needs some, jobs here and there that could help us out. So if you know anybody that's
Right.
part-time,
Okay.
as we need it,
Sure,
we're always looking, we usually have a few things that we need done.
put that out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other
Council, any other questions?
Mr. Mayor, if there's no further discussion, I'd like to make a motion to approve the annual donation to the Kansas Learning Center for Health for an amount not to exceed $10,000.
Second.
Have the motion and the second for the annual contribution to the Learning Center. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. That passes.
Thank you very much. We appreciate your
Carrie.
support.
On a side note, I was gonna let you know, the new little water fountain and everything is pretty great. I pull up there on my golf cart to give my little dog a drink. She is scared to death of that thing. So I don't know what to do about that.
Well, I'm glad you're able to utilize it.
Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thank you.
Next up, we're going to discuss KDOT Transportation Alternatives Grant. We have a resolution for that. You want to bring us up to par, Ethan?
Yeah, so applications are due this Friday for what we would be applying for is the priority 1 improvements, actually making the physical improvements. So we need a resolution of support in order to finalize that application. Essentially, the resolution, the draft was in your packet, basically declares that we're eligible to submit an application, that we understand and agree, that we'll continue to fund items or the upkeep and maintenance of any improvements we do with grant funds. The TA program specifically is a reimbursement, so the city actually pays upfront. We do get reimbursed as we go, but essentially, that line item or anything you would engage in that wouldn't be covered. Some of it's like preliminary engineering that you understand that those are the city's costs. And this basically just shows that the city understands its responsibilities for applying for a grant. It is for the federal fiscal year 2023, and the federal fiscal year actually starts in October. So we would know hopefully by the end of summer whether we were approved or not, and then it would actually probably end up being something that construction would start sometime in 2023. So as far as in our year, just so you guys know, so this isn't like if we got awarded, we're turning around and writing a $400,000 check the next day. So this is just kind of the final step, and this meeting happened to fit perfectly with the timeline. So just we need to pass the resolution if we want to apply.
Well, if there's no questions or discussion, I'd make a motion to approve resolution number 2022-07, a resolution declaring the eligibility of the city of Halstead to submit an application for KDOT Transportation Alternative Grants and authorizing the mayor to sign the application.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to adopt resolution number 2022-07. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. That motion carries. We do have an executive session on the agenda this evening, and I would entertain the motion for that now.
Mr. Mayor, I move that the Halstead City Council recess into executive session for 20 minutes to discuss pending litigation pursuant to consultation with an attorney on matters that would be deemed privileged in the attorney-client relationship, exception KSA 754319B2, and ask that in addition to the governing body, the following persons join the governing body in executive session: the city manager and the city attorney. The open meeting and governing body to reconvene in the city council chamber at 7:35 p.m.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to enter executive session. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. We will be moving to executive session. For those of you viewing, please stay tuned as Julie has 2 more proclamations for me this evening. We'll be back with that shortly. We are back from our executive session. Is there any action to be taken as a result of? Seeing no movement from the council, we'll move on to the report section of the agenda. And we'll start with the governing body comments this evening, and I'm gonna start with you, Derek.
Oh, well, I don't really have anything to talk about today, but everyone get out and get their garden started. That's what I'll keep saying.
Josh,
I don't have anything.
George,
Nothing, sir.
Denise.
I believe high school graduation was this weekend.
Yes.
So congratulations to all of those students here in Halstead who graduated from high school, and good luck as you go on to further your education, whether it be a trade school, a two-year college, or a four-year university. Good luck, and we hope to see you back after you graduate.
Brody.
The only thing I have to note, 2 weeks ago, I attended the League of Kansas Municipalities Governing Body Institute in Manhattan. Phenomenal information I picked up there. Good opportunity for networking, learned that a lot of cities across Kansas, the problems that we're facing, they're not unique to us. It's pretty common statewide. So just a great experience, great opportunity.
Good deal. Well, that brings it back to me, and I have a couple of proclamations this evening, and I'm going to start with the Police Week proclamation. We have our chief in the audience tonight, so here goes. Whereas the Congress and the President of the United States have designated May 15th as Peace Officers Memorial Day, and the week in which it falls is Police Week. And whereas the International Association of Chiefs of Police has declared law enforcement officer safety and wellness a top priority, and the IACP Center for Officer Safety and Wellness promotes the importance of individual, agency, family, and community safety and wellness awareness. And whereas the members of the Halstead Police Department play an essential role in safeguarding the rights and freedoms of the citizens of Halstead, and whereas it is important that all citizens know and understand the problems, duties, and responsibilities of their police department, and that members of our police department recognize their duty to serve the people by safeguarding life and property, by protecting them against violence or disorder, and by protecting the innocent against deception and the weak against oppression or intimidation. And whereas the police department of the city of Halstead has grown to be modern and scientific law enforcement agency, which unceasingly provides a vital public service. Now therefore I, Dennis Travis, Mayor of the City of Halstead, call upon all citizens of Halstead and upon all patriotic, civil, and educational organizations to observe the week of May 15th through the 21st, 2022 as Police Week, in which all of our people may join in commemorating police officers, past and present, who by their faithful and loyal devotion to their responsibilities have rendered a dedicated service to their communities, and in doing so have established for themselves an inviolable and enduring reputation for preserving the rights and security of all citizens. Signed this 9th day of May, 2022. Next, we have an EMS proclamation, and we have our Director of EMS, Anderson Lowe, in the audience too, so it's good to see you guys both here this evening. So, whereas emergency medical services is a vital public service, and whereas the members of emergency medical services teams are ready to provide life-saving care to those in need 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and whereas access to quality emergency care dramatically improves the survival and recovery rate of those who experience sudden illness or injury, and whereas emergency medical services has grown to fill a gap by providing important out-of-hospital care, including preventative medicine, follow-up care, and access to telemedicine, and whereas the emergency medical services system consists of first responders, emergency medical technicians, paramedics, emergency medical dispatchers, firefighters, police officers, educators, administrators, pre-hospital nurses, emergency physicians, trained members of the public, and other out-of-hospital care providers. And whereas the members of the emergency medical services teams whether career or volunteer, engage in thousands of hours of specialized training and continuing education to enhance their life-saving skills. And whereas it is appropriate to recognize the value and the accomplishments of emergency medical service providers by designating Emergency Medical Services Week. Now, therefore, I, Dennis Travis, Mayor of the City of Halstead, in recognition of this event, do hereby proclaim the week of May 15th through the 21st, 2022, as Emergency Medical Services Week, with the theme EMS Strong, Ready Today, Preparing for Tomorrow. I encourage the community to observe this week with appropriate programs, ceremonies, and activities. Signed this 9th day of May, 2022. Now with that, I do want to extend my sincere appreciation to both departments, our police and EMS, for the fine job those guys do here in town. Next, we'll move on to the city manager report.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, Council. Apologies that there wasn't a written report in your packet, as have been the last couple months. Last week was very busy for all departments and myself included. But just some highlights, and I'll send that written out to you guys after the meeting. We are getting ready to do a repainting of Wedgewood Clubhouse. That's just part of our annual maintenance. It's hard to believe it's already been the 2 years since we did the remodel, but we need to keep that up to continue to preserve the logs out there. Also want to recognize Superintendent Eberly. He got recognized as a golf course Superintendents Association of America Class A member. So that's quite an honor for him. Fire EMS hosted some training with the Boy Scouts, including showing them apparatus, the importance of knowing your address, when to dial 911. So we appreciate them reaching out to that community group and having them involved. The police department completed their annual firearms training, and Police Chief Orm noted on the flock cameras the activity since they've been installed. 2 stolen license plates, 2 warrants, and then 2 stolen vehicles. One of those stolen vehicles actually eventually, not in our jurisdiction, but in another jurisdiction, led to 25.8 pounds of meth being seized from that stolen vehicle. So that's just kind of been the activity with the flock cameras in the first couple of months. The infield project was completed at the Small Diamond. The slide at Scout Park is still closed due to some damage. Hard to tell if that's vandalism or somehow storm damage, but we are waiting on a quote to get that slide replaced. The merry-go-round also had some damage, but has been repaired. And then their replacement lamp post should have been picked up today, and we'll get that on the schedule to be installed. And that lamp post was a previous storm damage. Director Williams also went to Halstead Middle School and did the annual Arbor Day ceremony with the 6th grade class there and planting a tree. Already iPads should be ready by the next meeting, as Gilmore has finally got us unlocked what we need on the backside to get those functioning for you all. I attended the Equus Groundwater Management District number 2 annual meeting. They reorganized the board and added 2 new board positions related to municipal users specifically. I was elected for a 2-year term on that board, so I will be going through some onboarding and training there, and then serve a stint on the GMD2 board. The city continues to have several open positions, including in our administrative, police, and public works departments, and we're still taking applications and conducting interviews. Recycle carts have been picked up citywide. We do want to apologize for the miscommunication between us and Nisley that led to that 1 week off on the red zone, I believe, on things getting picked up. But we have transitioned away from recycling in the community now. The rabies clinic, I believe, is this Saturday on the 14th. We moved that because of graduation and stuff. Historically, we've always held that the first Saturday. So residents who have not yet renewed their dog tags can come get the rabies shot, which is required for dog tags, and then also tag their animals at the same time on the 14th. And we're doing that with Maple Street Vet again. So that will be Saturday. Level pay settling was this month. I know we've saw some accounts that carried larger balances than usually have been seen. We think this is kind of a combination of the pay agreements from the February 21 gas kind of factoring in to those level pay, and then also just natural gas prices have been higher. So if anyone has questions, just please contact City Hall. I believe letters or contacts being made with everyone to, we'll work with people as we always have to try and make that there. But if you're on a level pay system, you're probably going to see an increase of some in part to make sure we don't have people as far behind as we saw this year during settlement month. And with Public Service Week, just thankful for the council for recognizing all of our employees tonight with service anniversaries. COVID, it's been something we got away from doing annually because we usually did that at a city function. So thank you for giving some agenda time tonight to honor those who have tenure with us. Just want to thank all the departments. I know they help support Family Fun Night. And we'll go through the list, but I know that they were appreciative of having that support from our local departments for their touch a truck and demonstrations. So just really want to recognize the departments for that. Other than that, budget season is well upon us. We're getting everything squared away. I'd ask the council to start looking at their summer calendars because for those of you who are new, we will have some work sessions that we will need to get built into the summer. So the budget's hard to talk about during business meetings for the amount of time we need. So that's all I have this evening. Again, sorry, it's a little just more disjointed than normal.
Council, any questions of that report? Well, hearing none, I'd like to point out that we don't want to do these work sessions on a Friday because your mayor's going to be on his way to the lake. So any other time is great.
Can we have them at the lake?
Yeah.
You could, hey, that'd be good.
We are done with our agenda, so I would entertain a motion for adjournment.
So move.
Second.
Have a motion and a second for adjournment. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. We are adjourned. Thank you, council.